What's up, you guys? Welcome back again to your Heroclix headquarters. Today, we're going to be taking a look at all the uncommons from the Batman team-up set, doing our full set review with the uncommons. So, without further ado, let's jump right into it. We got Bumblebee here to start off the uncommons. Once again, all of the sculpts in this set from, the Teen Titans Go and the Scooby-Doo and everything, they all look really, really good, like they're just right out of the cartoon. And, I just love that attention to detail. They do a really good job on all that. But moving on to what she can do here, we got Teen Titans and Scientist keywords. The Beehive Cannon attack here. Her special attack power says Incapacitate, Precision Strike. When Bumblebee uses Incapacitate, she also deals normal damage to hit characters given an action token. So that's pretty great. Anytime you can give tokens out while dealing damage is always good. She's only 40 points. She's got 5 range double target, flight, 7 movement with hypersonic, 11 attack with a full dial of that Incap special, 17 defense, full dial of willpower, and she's tiny size as well. So she can be carried by bigger characters, and she can get that +1 defense against range. And then she also gets some running shot on the back half of her dial. She's just a nice, kind of annoying little bzz, zap, zap kind of piece. A little, hit and run harasser there with the hypersonic. And actually being able to incap and deal damage is nice. For only 40 points, I think she, fills her role pretty well. She's just going to be a little annoying piece that your opponent's going to have to deal with or suffer through. So, yeah, she's pretty great. All right, next up, we've got Robot Man of the Doom Patrol. And he looks pretty awesome, too, with that leather jacket and those awesome steel shoulder pads or whatever. Pretty cool looking. But taking a look at what he can do here, he's got Doom Patrol and Robot keywords, improve movement to destroy blocking, always nice. Then he's got traded willpower, and when Robot Man uses it after resolutions, you may move him up to a number of squares equal to the result. So it just says when he uses it, it doesn't say when he succeeds. So even if you just roll a 1 or a 2, you're just still getting to move that for free every turn. So really want to remember to roll willpower for him. And all that free movement is going to be great to use with that destroys blocking to break down a bunch of walls in your way. And yeah, so 8 movement charge normally isn't too crazy, but with that ability to free move off of the willpower, that could be a pretty long reach that he'll be able to move every turn. 11 attack, super strength, 18 impervious, 3 damage with close combat expert is going to mean that he can hit for 4 with a 12 attack. And he's got a whopping 9 clicks of health there with lots of damage reducers, so 100 points, not too shabby. He's going to be moving around a lot if, the willpower kicks in especially. And then later on, he gets some toughness and battle fury with a 4 damage. And, he's going to be pretty much hitting for 4 the whole time, no matter what. Pretty solid attack values the whole way as well. For 50 points, again, not bad. 6 movement charge would not be great, but again, that willpower extra movement could come in handy a lot there. Still going to be hitting 11 for 4 with the close combat expert, so pretty good damage potential there. He also has Outsider's team ability, which is huge. So really, really good team ability. In case you guys don't know, because it's not widely used, it gives you free choose a character, including itself, within 6 squares in line of fire until your next turn. The chosen character's combat values can't be modified, uncopyable. It's a really, really powerful team ability. You can use it on yourself. Sometimes it's really useful, sometimes not so much. Like, you wouldn't want to use it on himself here because he's not going to be able to get any bonuses from the close combat expert or any of the super strength, like, picking up an object. Not going to help you there. So probably don't want to use it on himself, but it's still really good to turn off like combat reflexes, energy shield deflection. If somebody's been perplexed up, it's really good to use against them. So for that reason alone, he's pretty good. And I think makes a nice little close combat brick, so he can bust through walls. And I really like that willpower trait to be able to move around. That's great. Oh, and before I forget, he also has a team-up card that says, Team Up Doom Patrol Theme Team. If Robot Man is part of the listed theme team at the beginning of your turn, roll a d6. 3 through 5 until your next turn. Characters can only move in a direct path. On a 6 until your next turn, opposing characters can only move in a direct path. So pretty interesting. On a 3, 4, or 5, it's going to mean characters can only move directly. And on a 6, only your opponent can move in a direct path. So if you get a 6, it can really mess up your opponent's strategies. If you're playing him with this team-up card, I would, probably want to place your characters in a straight line to where you need them to be, just in case. But also, because it's at the beginning of your turn, you could, at the beginning of your turn, choose to roll willpower instead, move him wherever you need him with the willpower movement, and then roll for this trait that could lock everybody into moving into direct path. So he can kind of set himself up to move wherever he needs to be, and I think that's really good. So I think the team up card definitely adds some value to him. But otherwise, I'd kind of say he's just like a slightly above average beat stick, but I like him a lot. He's pretty cool. Up next for the uncommons, we've got Red Raven, and she's one of my favorite uncommons. First of all, she looks great. Love the demon eyes on her. Very awesome. And she does a lot of really, really cool stuff. So let's just dive right into what she can do here. She's got Teen Titans, Brute, Celebrity, Monster, and Mystical keywords. Great selection there. She is unique. Don't forget that. You can only play one of her. Then she's got a rally die that says, so opposing rolls of a 6 gives you a rally die. And then free, remove 2 of Red Raven's rally dice. If you do, this game she has Steel Energy, Colossal Size, and Power Cosmic Energy's team ability. So that's pretty insane. She's going to be Colossal. She's going to have willpower for 3 through 6 because of the Colossal, and Giant Reach 3. She's going to be unoutwittable, and she's going to have Steel Energy to heal up, and that's all great because she is mostly close combat oriented. But her other trait here gives her Sideline Active. When a friendly character of 40 points or more with the Teen Titans keyword is KO'd, after resolutions you may generate Red Raven from your sideline on click number 4 in that character's square. If the KO'd character's name was Raven, you may instead generate her on click number 1. So obviously you want to put her on the sideline of any Teen Titans team, especially if you have Raven on the team. She's got a special movement power for Charge and Flurry, which what's not to love there? That's obviously one of the best combos. She has Titans and Mystics team ability, Flight, with that 8 movement with that Charge Flurry for her whole dial of Blades Claws with mostly 11s and ending on some 12 attacks. Starting with 18 super senses, going into 17s, and then 2 damage into 3 damage with Battle Fury, the whole dial. Solid 75 points. I think she's definitely worth putting on the sideline, 100%. Bringing her in, especially if you can get her in on click 1 after Raven's KO'd. She can just surprise, get in there and do some crazy damage. But even just throwing her on the team for 75 points isn't too bad. I mean, she's a pretty great close combat attacker, and if you can keep her alive long enough to get the 2 6s, she could be doing some pretty crazy things with turning herself Colossal, Steel Energy, Power Cosmic, all that stuff. So I like her a lot. I'm definitely going to be putting her on the sideline whenever I play a Raven. I think it's also important to note that you could play Raven on like a celebrity team, a mystical team, something like that, and still just put her on the sideline because the common Raven's a pretty decent support character. And we also have the starter set Raven that is also a pretty decent support character. So just throwing her onto one of those kinds of teams and then having her on the sideline for when she's KO'd is just great. I mean, why not? What's not to love? This Raven is awesome and definitely worthy of adding to any collection. Next, we've got Blackfire. So she looks exactly like her sister, just with purple hair, basically. And yeah, but anyway, taking a look at what she can do here. She's got Teen Titans, Cosmic, Ruler, Warrior keywords. She's got a trait, free, choose an opposing character within range and line of fire. Until your next turn, that character's combat values can't be positively modified. So that's awesome. That's kind of like the Outsiders team ability we were just looking at, but only for opposing characters, which, is fine. You're going to use it on opposing characters half the time anyway. So she's got Cosmic Energy's team ability. That gives her willpower, and she can't be, outwitted, which is awesome. 8 movement hypersonic with flight, 6 range, 11 attack, 18 invincible, 3 damage with range combat expert. Pretty solid, I'd say, for 100 points with the hypersonic range combat expert. She'll be shooting a 12 for 4 damage, is pretty great. Can't be outwitted. and you can stop your opponents from being having their combat values upped. For 50 points, she's not bad either. You still get that awesome trait. She's still Power Cosmic. She's still got Hypersonic, but only a 10 attack, 17 with Invincible, and 3 damage with Shape Change. It does give her more defense, though. I still think she's pretty solid at either point value. You know, she's definitely a fun figure for sure. Another one of those ones that's, you know, not doing anything too crazy, but she's definitely not bad either. But she's pretty good. Up next for the uncommons, we've got Manos, who does exactly the same thing as Mas from the commons, and his dial is just reversed. So if you remember taking a look at him from our previous video, he's got the same special movement power that gives him hypersonic speed, but gains passenger 1 instead of 0, and only to carry characters that have hypersonic speed. So basically they just carry each other around. 25 points. So basically this one's the one you're going to want to be attacking with. 8 movement hypersonic, 10 attack precision, 2 damage, 17 super senses. And since their dials are reversed, powers wise, the combat values remain the same, but the powers are reversed. So since Mas starts with Empower, it's going to get him up to a 3 damage when he hypersonics and carries him around. And it's cool because if they both were to take, like, you know, both get blasted by energy explosion or something, they're just going to flip-flop their powers, and they're going to be able to do the same thing, hypersonic around, carrying each other, empowering each other, yada yada. So I think they're a fun little duo. For only 25 points each, that means they're going to be 50 points combined, which isn't too much considering you got 2 hypersonic speedsters zipping around, empowering each other and hitting with precision strike and stuff like that. So they're definitely an awesome, fun little duo, and they'll be great for any speedster teams as well as some fun Teen Titans teams. So yeah, they're cool. Next up, we've got Poison Ivy here, and she's rocking that same Arkham Asylum suit that Harley had back in the commons. Pretty sure it's just a resculpt with a swapped head, and just painted her green instead of white, is what it seems like to me. Makes sense too, because, you know, commons are white. Harley Quinn was the common. She's the uncommon. Uncommons are green. You know, it's cool. I don't know. Anyway, she's got Arkham Asylum, Gotham City Sirens, Gotham City Underworld, Suicide Squad, Scientist keywords. Pretty much everything Harley Quinn had. She also has friendly characters with the Batman enemy team ability can use stealth. So giving out stealth to everyone with that team ability is super useful. She's got poison, but deals damage even if moved or placed this turn. Gotta love that. Can just literally run up and just poison. Like, that's so good. Like, honestly, you could carry her up and she can just poison. Like, that's super useful. I mean, think about, what was it? Maggot, right? Maggot from the House of X set. He got used in the meta a ton just because you could drop a bystander that could use poison after he moved or was carried or whatever. So that could definitely see play in some teams, I think. For only an uncommon also, I would keep her in mind for popper events, because, you know, just like 3 or 4 of her with somebody to carry them all around, just plop them there and poison their team 3 or 4 times could be pretty deadly. She's also not bad otherwise, considering she's got, you know, mind control, some combat reflexes, which helps out with giving everybody stealth, and perplex to start out with. Now for 25 points, this is actually one of the times I feel 50 is better than the 25. For 25 points, you still got mind control with a 10 attack, but you're losing perplex in place of exploit weakness, which I don't love. I would rather have the perplex. And you've only got regular poison, so she can't use it after being moved or placed, which, again, not great. I mean, for 25 points to just sit there and stealth and give everybody stealth is still good. And, you know, to have combat reflexes and exploit and poison as like a deterrent for getting close to her is also good. And, you know, Batman ally, she can copy like somebody's 11 or 12 attack to use for her mind control. So, I mean, she's still pretty solid at 25, but I think the 50 point line definitely has some more crazy options available down the line. I think we'll have to see how it plays out. But I think that she could do some really awesome things. So keep an eye out on that Poison Ivy. Up next, we've got Beast Boy for the Teen Titans. You gotta love it. Looks great. I mean, this one, I would say maybe looks the best of all of them, considering how, like, crazy he looks. You know, he's got his hair shooting out there, the pointy ears, everything. Skinny legs, big head. I think they did a really good job of pulling that off. and actually making that look pretty good. And his dial is actually pretty great for only 30 points. He's got Doom Patrol, Teen Titans, Animal, and Celebrity keywords. Lots of great keywords there. You got free Turn Beast Boy's dial to the same click number of a different color. So we'll take a look at what that means in a second, but he's got a special movement power that gives him Flight and Passenger 4, which is awesome. And so, yeah, here's a look at his dial. So what it means is we've got red click number 1, 2, 3, blue click number 1, 2, 3, and like a purple click number 1, 2, 3. So that's why you can swap to the same click number of a different color. And it's also important to note here he's got the swim ability, so if he's sitting in water terrain, your opponent's not going to be able to target him unless they're within 4 squares. He's also got double target as well, which is important to remember if you're trying to flurry over here or precision strike even. He could double target to try to hit 2 people. He's only got 1 damage with this 11 attack precision strike with his carry special. So even if you double target here, you're still only going to be able to do 1 to 1 person. But energy shield with shape change is great on the defense. I think overall this is definitely the one you want to start with the carry and the better range defense and shape change is definitely what you want to start. And then swapping to either one of these based on your situation, you got plasticity, poison, combat reflexes, and shape change. If you want to tie somebody up and try to poison them and make it a lot harder to hit with the close combat reflexes and the shape change still being able to hit for 2 if you want to try to punch them. But if you wanted to try to punch them, I would definitely switch over to this one with the flurry, 10 attack, and 3 damage. You could definitely get some pretty good damage in there. And then he also has like defend and smoke cloud. So there's a lot of different things he can do here. And I think for only 30 points, having all these different powers and all these different options available to you is pretty awesome. It does give him a lot of utility. I mean, he's easily one-shotted. If he misses a shape change roll or something, he could just go down pretty quick. But your opponent's going to have to, I think, commit something to getting rid of him because he does bring a lot of utility and different things to the team. So yeah, I like him a lot. He's a really cool, interesting character. Plus, Beast Boy is awesome. One of my favorite Teen Titans, so there's that. Next up, we've got Jinx. And like I've said before, sculpts look great, super accurate, and especially on Jinx too, with her weird hair and everything, looks awesome. But yeah, so she's got Hive, Teen Titans, and Mystical. And friendly characters with Titans have Mystic's team ability. That's huge. I mentioned in the Commons video, there's a lot of characters that with traits like that in this set, where if they have some type of team ability, they can also use this. And this is one of the better ones in my opinion, because giving everybody Mystics on a Teen Titans team is going to be huge. And she's only 40 points to be able to give everybody Mystics. 40 points with 6 clicks of health that all have super senses and prob. I mean, that's so good. And she's also got full dial precision strike as well with a 3 damage most of the time, 2 damage. So she's going to be able to make some attacks and, force blast to knock people around. A little running shot would be nice, or maybe sidestep even would be cool. But this is a great dial, I think, for 40 points, especially just to give everybody Mystics. Full dial prob for all those clicks is just super useful also. I definitely would want to put her on a Teen Titans team. She's going to be a huge addition to any Teen Titans team, I think, especially with all the low point Titans in this set. There's a lot of them that are like 20, 25, 30 points, 40 points. Like, you're going to be able to do a lot, get a lot of Mystics damage, squeeze a lot of characters in there, and they're going to be doing a lot of Mystics damage. So I think for that reason alone, she's huge. Very, very good. And what's not to like? Next up, we've got Power Girl, also, of course, of the Teen Titans. Pretty awesome sculpt. Again, all these sculpts, just really, really good job. Gotta hand it to them. How good they did on all these cartoony looking sculpts. So she's got Kryptonian, Metropolis, and Teen Titans keywords. She's another one of these characters that have a similar trait that friendly characters with Teen Titans team ability can use the Superman ally team ability. That's another great one to have. Just gives you improved targeting, hindering. But being able to add that onto all of your ranged attackers on a Titans team, Raven, Starfire, Cyborg, all of them, they're all going to get a huge bonus from being able to see through hindering. They can shoot people in stealth, all that kind of stuff. That's a really big one. Also being able to outwit, like Robin's got outwit, being able to outwit people in stealth. very big. So I think this is another huge one for 40 points. You know, just play her at the 40-point line, give everybody Superman team ability. Super good, super useful. Or 75. She's also very good at 75, I think. You know, she's got a long 9-click dial, lots of damage reducers, invuln toughness. She's got, you know, 10 movement, flight, charge, 11 super strength, 4 damage. You know, she's definitely going to be putting in work for your Teen Titans team for sure. But yeah, even if you just want to throw her on the team for 40 points, giving everybody the Superman team ability, why not? She's also, like we just looked at Jinx to give everybody Mystics, playing her at 75 and having all that dial to get through full of Mystics, you know, super good also. So yeah, and she can also have Batman team ability from Batgirl to have stealth. So once you play all those characters on the team and they start handing out all these team abilities, it gets pretty crazy. And I can't wait to try them all out together. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. All right, up next for the uncommons, we've got Gizmo. So you can play him with Jinx on a Hive team. I wish we had some of the other Hive guys. Hopefully, maybe we'll get a few more of them to fill out the team later. But yeah, he's got Hive Armor Scientist. You've got when an opposing character heals after resolutions, heal Gizmo 1 click. So he gets healing whenever your opponents heal. He's also got Leadership and Outwit as well. So yeah, just your cool little 50-point dial there. Flight, 5 range, double target. He can make ranged attacks. You know, pretty cool. Charge, Quake, Combat Reflexes, Leadership, Outwit. You know, then you get some Flurry Blades, some Barrier, and some Outwit there to end his dial. You know, for 50 points, not bad. Nothing too crazy there. You know, there's not really much more to say about him. He's kind of just average, I'd say. So moving on to the next one. So up next, we've got Elastigirl of the Doom Patrol. It is nice to have, you know, some new Doom Patrol characters here. And she is a really good one, especially, you know, we got some new legacy cards for like Chief and Crazy Jane. So I think we're going to be able to make some pretty good Doom Patrol teams here. Because I really like this one a lot. She's got Doom Patrol and Celebrity, Giant Reach of 4, Regeneration as free, but only if she was damaged since your last turn. One thing that I noticed about that's important to kind of keep track of, if she hits somebody that has Mystics, and she takes some Mystics damage, you know, if she's taken damage since your last turn, she just took damage, so boom, she can free regen back. So that came up in Sealed, actually, which is why I wanted to point that out, because, you know, just something good to keep in mind. But yeah, Giant Reach 4, regen as free whenever she gets hit. The Outsiders team ability, which we talked about earlier, is a super awesome, great team ability. She's only 60 points, 10 movement charge with that 4 square Giant Reach, 11 attack Quake, again, with a 4 square Giant Reach is huge. 18 invincible and 3 damage shape change, so she's pretty well defended. Yeah, she's got a pretty good dial length there, full of a lot of damage reducers, and she can free regen every time she takes some damage. So that's awesome. Late dial, you get some close combat expert to, you know, still be able to put in good damage, charge again. I don't really like the mid-dial plasticity, you know, but as long as you can heal off that, she's really good. Anyway, not much more to say about her either, but Doom Patrol teams are going to be fun, and, you know, I think that Giant Reach 4 Quake is going to be pretty useful for only 60 points. I just like her. She's, you know, pretty good offense and defense. She can keep herself alive really good. She's a really solid uncommon figure. And up next for the uncommons, we have the Penguin. I actually really like this Penguin sculpt. I just think it looks, you know, exactly like what I expect Penguin to look like. I don't know. They did a really good job on this one, even for an uncommon. I know, you know, Penguin doesn't do much but stand there and look like that anyway. So I think that one looks pretty good for a Penguin. And then taking a look at his card here, you've got Arkham Asylum, Gotham City Underworld, and Politician. You've got friendly characters with the Batman enemy team ability have the Underworld team ability, which allows them to carry each other. So if you don't know how that works, you got Passenger 1, but only to carry a character that shares a keyword, and Passenger 2, but only to carry characters that share a keyword with this character and are lower points. So giving everybody Underworld to carry each other around is great, and of course you can always borrow better attack values, or just borrow his 11, because, you know, that's pretty much what you want to be looking for. 8 movement running shot, which is pretty far, I think, for Penguin. 11 attack, precision strike, 18 energy shield, 3 damage shape change. Only a 4 range, though, but he's a pretty nice little range attacker there for 50 points. You know, pretty good 6 clicks there. Not too shabby for 25 points. You got Force Blast. You still got Precision Strike, Range Combat Expert, so he's still shooting 11 for 3, just not with Running Shot. And you're kind of giving up a little bit of the defense there. You're losing 1 defense and losing Shape Change. So, I mean, End Dial, he gets some, you know, Mastermind and Charge, Quake, and Power. Pretty crazy. So he's doing quite a bit for the team, I think, for the points, either point line. I think if you just want to give everybody the ability to carry, 25-point line is what you need to do, because that way you get more characters on the team. Otherwise, I would probably play him at 50 myself, because I'd rather have that Running Shot and that, you know, just extra layer of defense and everything. And I think he's pretty solid at either point value, honestly. For whatever you're trying to do with him on those type of teams. But he also has a team-up card we can take a look at real quick, which says, Team Up Gotham City Underworld Theme Team. If the Penguin is part of the listed theme team, at the beginning of your turn, roll a d6, and the Penguin can use the resulting effect until your next turn. On a 3 through 5, characters without the Underworld team ability can't carry more than 1 character. On a 6, characters without the Underworld team ability can't carry. So that's pretty awesome. Not only is he giving your whole team the ability to carry, he can potentially shut off the ability to carry for your opponent's team, or bring it down to only 1 character, so they can't use, you know, like Scarlet Witch or somebody to carry 3 or 4 characters like that. But yeah, I mean, that's pretty cool. It definitely adds something to him for sure. There's definitely a reason to try to use that. If you're going to play him anyway, you might as well try to get that, because I mean, Arkham Asylum and Gotham City Underworld kind of go hand in hand, so there's that. And I don't really see playing him on a politician team at all, just because he is so centered around like friendly characters with the Batman enemy team ability and giving them the Underworld team ability and everything. So I feel like you'd probably just be playing him on Gotham City Underworld anyway, so definitely want to go for that team up card. And up next here we have Catwoman, who is another one of my favorite uncommons from this set, actually. She is definitely up there for my favorite uncommon overall. I really like this Catwoman a lot. I recently did a top 5 Catwoman, and I was thinking about this one. She could easily be at least number 2. I don't know that she would quite overtake the number 1, but if you're curious, I would at least put her at number 2 best Catwoman. Potentially best. She definitely has the potential. So she's got Batman Family, Birds of Prey, Gotham City Underworld, and Martial Artist keywords. Improved movement for Elevated is always nice. You've got a trait that gives her Precision Strike, and when Catwoman hits, roll a d6. On a 3 through 6, unequip a hit character. That right there is huge. Not only is that just perfectly character accurate, in my opinion, that's actually really, really, you know, almost meta worthy. Just the ability to unequip a hit character on, you know, pretty good odds. You got like 2 out of 3 odds of that happening. And, you know, just traded Precision Strike is nice also. She's got Batman Ally and the Underworld team abilities. So she's going to have Stealth. She's going to be able to carry. And she's got Charge, 11 attack, 17 super senses, Outwit as well. Traded Precision Strike the whole time. And a 4 range also. Don't forget, you can make a range attack randomly sometimes. And it just says when she hits. Also, it doesn't say with a close or range attack. So you could sit there in stealth and shoot somebody for 4 squares away, I mean, and de-equip them like that with Precision Strike. Still, that would still kick in there. So pretty nice. I like her at 50 or 25 points. Mostly I like her at 50, I think, because I'd rather have the Outwit and the Charge and everything. But for 25, she can just kind of sit in hindering with the Stealth. And if somebody comes up close to her, she can Flurry Blades them with an 11 attack. Combat Reflexes, of course, goes great with Stealth. But yeah, she's really great. I like her a lot. And she also has a team-up card, which I actually happen to have this time. So we'll take a look at her team-up card here. It gives her Team Up Batman Family theme team. If Catwoman is part of the listed theme team, friendly characters that share a keyword with her have the wildcard team ability or the team player team ability, whatever it's called. They're wild cards though, so they can copy anything, much like her, very useful to copy Underworld team ability to be able to carry people around. So that right there is great. It just says friendly characters that share a keyword with her. So it's on a theme team, a Batman family theme team. So technically everybody should get that. I guess it's just kind of like if you bring in a bystander or something, they're not going to have keywords, or you bring in some other character off the sideline that doesn't share a keyword, then she wouldn't give it to them. But otherwise, she's giving your whole team a wild card, which is great. In addition to already, being able to de-equip people and being a pretty decent 50-point character. So for all those reasons, I like her quite a bit. Like I said, she's one of my favorite uncommons. So yeah, she's awesome. And last but not least, we have the Joker. Of course, it's not a Batman set without a Joker. And I love the sculpt on this one. I gotta say, this one looks so menacing and evil and creepy. They did such a good job on this Joker. I don't know what the heck they did, but this thing is just freaking terrifying. Like, bruh, that's probably one of my favorite Joker sculpts of all time, definitely, for only an uncommon. So taking a look at his card here, Arkham Asylum, Gotham City Underworld, Injustice League keywords. This awesome trait here that says, friendly characters with Batman enemy team ability have Mystics team ability. Yeah, great. I mean, we just talked about how good that was on Jinx earlier, and giving everybody Mystics is just as good here. Super awesome to just hand that out. He's got 5 range, plasticity, 11 attack with poison, 17 super senses, 3 damage, shape change. So he's only 50 points. I mean, he's not too crazy top dial. I mean, you're pretty much just running him up there to tie people up with plasticity and poison them, and get your super senses shape change to hopefully make them not hit you, basically. And once he does take some damage, he gets some outwit there. And then lastly, he gets some running shot, pulse wave, perplex, and willpower. So if he does take a big hit, you could willpower off a token, you could perplex him to 12, and you could running shot, pulse wave everybody for a damage. So pretty awesome. I do wish he had maybe charge plasticity or something, or even sidestep plasticity on his movement there. Maybe give him like a special movement power would have been nice. But I mean, otherwise for 50 points, he's given everybody Mystics, which is great, and he's an annoying tie-up figure as well. So I think he's pretty fun. He also has a team-up card. That's 3 in a row, just like the commons we looked at in the last video. So for his team-up card, it says, Team Up Arkham Asylum or Injustice League theme team. If the Joker is part of a listed theme team, friendly characters that have a team ability that the Joker has can use Toughness. So anybody that has the Batman enemy team ability or the Mystics team ability is also getting Toughness. So, I think that's, again, worthwhile to, get if you're going to play this Joker, and you're going to play him. Like I said, with the Penguin, Arkham Asylum, and Gotham City Underworld, they go hand in hand. So you could it doesn't really matter. If you're going to play him on one team, it could be the other team pretty easily, usually. So yeah, you can just slap him on a theme team, give everybody Toughness, give everybody Mystics. I think that's a pretty good utility for 50 points, just handing out all that. And being an annoying tie-up piece. So yeah, he's a pretty cool character. I love the sculpt. But that's going to do it for the uncommons, you guys. So make sure to let me know down in the comments what you think about all the uncommons so far. Don't forget to hit that like button. It does help me out a lot. And don't forget to click that subscribe button as well so you don't miss any future videos. And if you guys would like to help support the channel even more, you can check the links in the description for our Patreon, so you can see your name here in the credits with all these other awesome people, as well as being entered into our Patreon giveaways every month for as little as $1 a month. So make sure to check that out. But thank you guys again so much for watching. Until next time, this has been Heroclix Headquarters, signing off.